The past few weeks have been jam-packed with so much that I honestly can't even begin to go over everything. But some of it we're going to talk about today. First though, let's grab a cup. Let's make some coffee. It seems like the perfect thing to do. Okay, I think we're ready. So, we have done a lot of things for the first time here since we've known each other, since we've been talking to each other. There've been a lot of firsts. We've gone to some hotels for the first time. We've experienced some attractions for the first time. It's been quite the adventure, and I've had so much fun doing it. But the firsts don't end there. I have another first that I have to share with you, and that is the first time that I've ever canceled a Disney trip. Now, I know what you're thinking. We've spent so much time planning this trip together. We've been talking about it constantly here on the channel. I've had posts go up on the website, and we've been sharing the entire thing, the entire experience, and been staying up late trying to get reservations, all these things that have been happening in the past few weeks as we've been planning this trip. Why cancel now? Why cancel a trip? And it's a really good question. But I'm not going to fully answer it today. Not fully. But I will say this. First and foremost, we're fine. All of us are fine over here. I know that some of you might be wondering if something bad happened. No, nothing bad happened. It was really just a change of schedule. There was a reason I was traveling down when I was going to travel, and that changed. And since that did change, I needed to make adjustments to my travel plans, and they were too big of an adjustment to make, and it make any sense. So the best thing to do was to cancel. So since we're talking about canceling, let's just talk really briefly about what that experience was like. If you've been following along with the adventure so far, planning this trip, you know that I have 3 separate reservations. 2 of them are Disney Vacation Club, and 1 of them I made through Hotels.com. And the long and short of it is that canceling, whether it was through Hotels.com or Disney Vacation Club, went really, really smooth. Hotels.com was pretty straightforward. All I had to do was click a few buttons. The hotel I was staying at did have a deposit that was required ahead of time, and that was refunded to my account within a couple of days. So it was really easy, really quick and simple, not a big deal at all. Canceling the rooms that I had booked with Disney Vacation Club was a little bit more complicated, but the process went really smooth. So I just had to make a phone call and cancel that way versus doing it online. I wasn't able to do that. Now, if you are a Disney Vacation Club member and you are interested in how that whole thing works, we can talk a little bit more about the DVC side of things later. And I know I'm going to say some lingo that might be over some people's heads, but because of when I canceled, my points didn't go into holding, so there was really no penalty, is what I'm ultimately getting at. Even if there was, it would be fine because of when my use year is, and we're going to be using those points, just not during this time frame. So it all worked out. It was all great. The process went really smooth, and there's really not much to talk about beyond that, at least not as far as cancellation is concerned. Now, do I still plan on going to Disney? Absolutely. This is just a little bump in the road, a little bit of an adjustment that needed to take place, but I'm still going to be going to Disney. I'm still going to be going relatively soon. So make sure that you stay tuned and you keep following along, because there will be some interesting stuff coming. I promise. It's going to be super interesting. But guys, that's really all there is to say right now. I wish that I had more information for you and I could share more stuff with you, but the situation has been changing so rapidly. There's so much still up in the air and everything going on. Don't worry though, I'll keep you filled in with all the details that I know as soon as I know them. But that's basically it for right now. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging in there with me as we kind of go through this craziness. And I will follow up in a couple days, maybe tell you a little bit more if all goes as planned. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.